Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Board Masters with me, Chris Mullins, and tonight we are diving back into the seventh continent and part 6, I believe, of the Voracious Goddess quest. It's getting hard to keep track at this point. But at the end of the last episode, we interacted with the Voracious Goddess statue, and I'll just go back over the sort of clue we were given. So the peculiar melody coming from the statue's mouth gets increasingly intense to the point that it becomes almost too difficult to bear. At the same time, an enigmatic vision takes shape in your mind, as if the statue was trying to communicate with you. The blurry image shows a group of people wearing loincloths walking in single file towards the rising sun for what seems like 10 days and then disappearing underground. Meanwhile, another group processes in the same direction for 2 days, shifts to go north for some time before heading back to the east for 4 additional days. An intense snowstorm then clouds the vision. Oddly, both groups seem to reach their destinations at the same time, and then the active player takes a 101 card, which I've already done. Now, my interpretation of that is basically one group went 10 squares this way. 10 days, I'm guessing, is 10 squares. My only issue with that is that we can go 2 squares east and then there's no east path, so it's going to be a bit more random over that way. Whereas the other group go 2 squares east, some squares north, and then east for 4 days, but they arrive at the same time, so presumably they do 10 days or 10 squares worth of travelling as well. So I'm guessing they're going to go 2 east, 4 north, and 4 east. And I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to try and go east first. And I appreciate I'm going to probably have to move some stuff around as we go, but we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. Just annoyed I didn't interact with the statue earlier last week because I spent a whole lot of cards wasting my time trying to get into this mountain that doesn't seem to have anything to do with this quest whatsoever. So let's head on over here. And I'll discard that, I think. And move across to here. And one thing I noticed when I was getting the cards out, something I missed last time, is that on this card is the number 187. So I'm just going to check that card. Okay. So you spot a crevice running along a rock wall and it looks wide enough for you to squeeze through it. Okay. So all that basically does, by the look of it, is give us a way to move west from there. I wonder why we could go east but not west, but other than that, it's not too beneficial. Okay, so let's head south. Gully. You are travelling along a gully where the many loose rocks choking the ground slow you down considerably. Perhaps it is time for you to move to higher terrain in search of a more passable route. All involved characters must either take a 101 card or take the following climb action. So I need draw 3 cards to get 2 successes. I've got the rope. No, I think I'll just draw 3 cards, I think. Two successes. Don't need that. Get rid of all of those, I think. So that was a success. And I need card 196. A well was dug in the rocky ground here just north of some wetlands where copious amounts of horseflies and mosquitoes dwell. Okay. while I'm here, I am going to craft the camouflage outfit, because that will be free. And what should I do with it? I can connect it. Actually, no, I'm not, although it's free, I've already got actions for those, so I'm not going to bother. So I need a number 7 encounter card to go here. I'll draw one to move on down. 4 wanders, 4 armed. I think I will keep that and get rid of the woven cord, because technically, obviously, I know I was supposed to save it and only keep 1 square, but I wanted to keep a bit more of the map visible for the video, so I kept my fire token in place. So I'm not going to have the flexibility of putting it down when I want this time, but I thought that was a good compromise. Okay, so, oh no, I'm going to have a look at 167. It's another, looks like another tree. But the last hollow tree we encountered was an event. Leaning over the edge of the old well, you peer in. You think that you can make out the bottom, but barely. Dropping a stone into it, you judge from the sound that the well might be about 20 feet deep and completely dried up. Right, so I can climb down if I wish. Again, I can use my rape to give me a free action there. Or do I just chance it? Well, if I fail, I'm going to lose gear anyway, so I may as well use it and succeed with that. So carefully climb down the well, number 169. I'll leave that there. There are several stone sculptures of flowers at the bottom of the well. After picking one of the more perfect ones, you climb back up to the surface. Take a 118 card from the adventure deck if available. Sculpted flower. A stone sculpture you found at the bottom of a well. Using this does not lower the durability of the item. Okay, so I can just... I assume that works if I equip it to something else as well. I may as well make it its own little pile. And then I've got to climb back up. And let's draw 1 card for 1 success. So I succeeded. You make it safely to the surface. Fine, so I'm back out, so let's head this way. Again, there's no east direction, which is frustrating. With each quagmire. With each successive step, you sink deeper and deeper into the mud. You could certainly get through more easily if you wanted to use some of your equipment. Okay. So is that a compass action or something? Which I don't believe I have anything for. So draw 5 for 1 success. I'm going to use my learn by doing, which is going to reduce that by 3, so I'm only going to need to draw 2. And then of course I didn't get the success. Excellent. So I am covered in mud. Each involved character returns their bloody state and takes a 102 card. Oh, interesting. It is so cold your hands and feet are starting to go numb. You need to find a heat source soon or you'll be in danger of hypothermia. You are freezing. Okay, so I need to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for that. I should have just drawn the 5 for the success. Okay, 183. The swollen and bloated bodies of various dead animals protrude from the muddy soil. The sickly sweet smell of putrescence fills the air, and there is not 1 inch of this place that is not covered by some form of contamination or rot. Lovely. You utterly loathe the prospect of crossing this gloomy and putrid swamp. A character that is tired and or frightened and or terrified can neither take nor get involved in the following action. And I am tired, so I can actually go that way. Okay, so I'll abandon that then and head north instead. Now, as Elliot Pendleton, I can draw 1 less to move if I'm going to a fire token. I'll keep the pan pipes. And move up to the fire, which allows me to get rid of the You Are Freezing card. I just realised I could get rid of these You Are Tired cards just by using my raft, because that's a sleep action. So let's do that. So that'll get rid of both of those. I assume you can get rid of 2 at the same time. Again, do I want to try and clear my injury as well? I think I do. I'm going to use bandages to give me a star and a star 7, and then draw 2 cards. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's done. So I got rid of the injured card. Probably should have been more proactive with getting rid of this in the past anyway. Getting very low on this action deck now. Okay, let's head north. Tremor. The ground starts trembling mildly under your feet. Obviously, this area is highly seismic. During the result of the following action, if you obtain 1 or more 7 icons, the action is a success. Okay. So I can draw as many cards as I want. I need to get 5 successes. And if I get 1 7, then it's a success. Right, I may as well just draw these 3 and hope for a 7, which I don't get. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll use my 4 Wanders forearm to give me the 5. Right, so that was a success. 1 involved character may choose 1 card with the keyword will or serenity in the discard pile. I'd like to get will so I could then craft it. I have an item with will anyway. Nope, no more items with will. I might get the learn by doing card back. So that's that passed. And then there's no action deck left, so I can use my strong mindset. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Twilight of the Idols. You may take the following action only if there are no cards left in the action deck. Draw one card. So now I have to use the discard pile as the action deck, and this is where I run in risk of dying and failing. Okay, fine. 440 and banish that. Right. You feel more determined than ever and double your pace with a renewed glimmer of hope in your eyes. Immediately after this is revealed, take 3 experience cards. 1, 2, 3. So that takes me up to 7. Advanced skill cards with the keyword will now cost 2 fewer experience points. Okay, that's valuable. And let's get rid of the camouflage outfit. And 262. So we're heading back in the direction we've been in the past. To the east, a rundown bridge spans a precipice. Below you can hear the sound of a rushing river. Okay. Right, so I may as well just use my learn by doing card now. So I don't have to draw to move up that. I don't like praying at graves because, I don't know, you have to go through a lot of cards to pass through those. So let's keep heading north because we've done the 2 east. I think it's 4 north, so we're halfway up. Hollow trunk. An old dying tree sits by the side of the path and you notice that it's hollow. Only the active player may get involved. So draw a 219. You poke your head through the opening in the trunk. A thick brownish cloud spurts from it and sticks to your belongings. Those made of wood begin to fall apart. Itching all over, you are seized by a violent coughing fit. Discard all the item cards in your inventory that partly or fully require the wood resource to be crafted. Ouch. Okay. So snowshoes, walking stick, bow. Raft. They're all gone. The active player must either discard 1 card with the keyword stamina from their hand or the inventory, or take a 108 card. I can get rid of the woven basket, I guess. I don't like the sound of a 108 card. Well, that was a very horrible tree. Not happy with that at all. Okay, so 319. A sloping, uneven path snakes between a cliff and a precipice at the bottom of which you can hear the sound of a raging river. A cold, strong wind blows in from the north. Don't see much of interest there. Okay. I draw one to move on it. And let's look at 294 as it's a free action. Okay. An inhuman mouth was carved into one portion of the overlooking rocky cliff. A large pile of fallen stones nearby suggests that the rock is somewhat fragile and loose, but there are many visible grips that should help you to climb more easily. I think I'm going to ignore that for a minute. Let's keep heading north. Sharp stone. So now I have a sharp stone and a sculpted flower. Okay, and then 328. Ahead of you, a 6-foot wide canyon swept by strong and cold drafts of wind snakes between two rocky, sloping cliffs. Each step against the wind in this twisting pass requires significant effort. Right, amazing. Okay, so I've got to draw 6 cards. I suppose that's going to put me at serious risk of death. But I do have the idol that brings me back to life, I guess. I'm just going to check that's on the camera. There we go. Okay, so 6 cards. And there's the curse which has killed me. In my inventory I have the 7/7 card. Rummaging through your satchel you find a small wooden statuette at the bottom. If you lose the game you may banish this to apply the following effect. Just as you're about to pass away you suddenly hear a mocking laugh coming from nowhere and feel a wave of renewed energy flow through you, bringing you back to life. The continent does not seem to be done with you yet. I get to shuffle these all together again. And although I didn't check the stars on that one, I'm pretty much guaranteed a success. Well, I am guaranteed a success. You can't get less than 1 star from 6 cards. So 341 card. A river rages and thunders by with a deafening din. Several tree trunks lying across it should help you get to the other side while avoiding the fast, icy current. Okay. So 309 as a free action. You walk along the river looking for a good fishing spot. Okay. So fishing, 2 cards for 2 successes. I'm not bloody, so I don't need to worry. Okay. I do have a fishing action on my sort of honeycomb chunk of termite mound, and using this does not lower the durability of the item, and that will give me 2 successes. I think I'll still draw the 2 cards, because if I can get a couple more successes, it gives me a bit more flexibility. And I've got an extra 1. Just grab both of those. So I've got 3, so I get 3 200 cards. Reveal them. Choose 1 which represents your catch. So I fished up a horned bear. Okay, fair enough. So I'll keep the blue. I think I'll stay safe and go with the blue fish on that one. Although the bear would be certainly more food. It also requires an awful lot to win the fight. So take 2 number 2 cards. Fish and mollusk, which is nice because they are not as dependent on fire as the meat is, because meat, you get 3 cards or 6 with a fire. This is 4 or 5 with a fire. So I'm going to attach them both onto my stamina cards, which move that back up to 6. Put that back. And, oh, hang on, I need to move myself over there. 3, I'm going to do it again. Always worth checking it. You hide behind a rock and watch the rough waters for any signs of fish. Again, so my fishing action gives me 2 successes, which gives me 2 300 cards. Empty-handed, so I will keep the golden fish as my catch. So this large fish with shiny golden scales seems unaware of you. Take 1 number 3 card. And 3 number 2 cards. I'm assuming I can just combine these 2, because using either of those doesn't reduce it, and then I can just combine these 3 for when I need them. Actually, I'll put that back down to 5 and make a separate food pile. So that's now at 5. Okay, and that was a yellow one, so no point fishing again because we know there's nothing there. So what else is there? There is 285. Draw 1 card for a 285. Bow. a minute. 285. Oh, I need an event card as well. You prudently climb onto the trunk to reach the other side. On the way, you notice that the torrent forks into an underground cave a few hundred yards downstream. Where does this underground river lead? Will you dive to find out, or just freshen up a little bit and continue on your way? Oh, so there's somewhere where you can actually get rid of your bloody status, but I believe you would get a tired status in order to do it. Unless you use a ship action to actually go in the cave. But I am not bloody, so I'm going to ignore that because I need to keep going east to try and find whatever this tribe we're looking for. Lost. You feel like you're going round in circles. Anxiety will not leave you until you have regained your bearings. The active player must perform one of the following actions. Okay. So draw 2 cards for 1 success, I guess. Yep, got that. Right, so I might use that rope as soon as I can so I can start crafting some other bits. Okay, take a 101 card. So you are feeling increasingly drowsy again. I need to discard 2 cards. Let's try and get, no, I'll keep it for a minute. So card 259. Okay. Curved and jagged limestone walls wind through the center and paths lead in all 4 directions. Okay, interesting. Don't see. Now, am I sure that I have gone north far enough? So what was it? It was 2 east, 1, 2, 3, 4 north. I don't know if that counts as going 1 day north. I think I'm just going to keep going east for 4, and then it's going to be in the same sort of area. So draw 2 to walk. And let's go east. Fresh trail. The signs of tracks and traces of animal sport suggest there's substantial game in the area. So I can't draw any cards. But I need to get 3 successes. I'm going to use the sharp stone. So I'll discard that to get me a star. Although, is there any point? Can I do this? Nothing there that lets me draw more cards. The bow won't help me get it, sadly. Okay, I think, nope, I'm just gonna fail it with nothing. I'll keep the sharp stone. So, failed. Searching the area for game has left you thoroughly exhausted. If you've obtained one or more successes, you get a 101. I got none, so I don't need another 101. Okay. What are we on now? 290. The brutal cold and the thick layer of snow make moving forward quite difficult. To the north, stalactites and stalagmites protrude from an ice wall, as well as from the snow-covered ground, in a strange pattern that almost resembles a gaping maw. Okay. Although it doesn't actually give me any way of getting into that gaping maw cave. And I don't see any hidden numbers on there. Okay. So I need to draw 4 cards to move across there. And then a 9 event card. Frozen pond. A frozen pond lies between you and your destination. It looks solid enough to bear your weight. If you do not feel comfortable or confident that it will hold, you have the option to go around. So if I want to go round, I need to draw 4 cards. If I want to go across it, I need 3 successes, but I'll get an experience point. Well, for the sake of 1 extra card, probably, because I would draw 5 to try and get 3. Let's go for it. Yeah, got it. Okay, let's keep 4 wonders forearmed. So, an experience point. And discard this. And then we need card number 346. To the east, clouds crown a glacier that rises up several hundred yards, and a long ice wall has formed at its base. Okay. Oh, there is a number on this one though of 303. Exploring the southern end of the area, you notice a path that you had not before. It gently winds its way to a verdant forest below. Okay. There are penguins on this card. Can't I hunt the penguins? Okay, so I need a number 9. Just check that's all still on camera. Just about. Okay, I need 3 successes just to move across there. So let's draw. Do I still have the remember card? Are the snowshoes in here? Sure they are. I think they're one of the bottom cards. Yes. Yeah. No, actually it's not as... Forget it. Okay, so I need 3 successes. Let's draw 4 cards. One, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. So move across that, and then 3, 6, 9. Thick layer of ice obstructs what looks like a stone corridor, which is not too surprising considering the glacier's proximity. So there's a dig action. I do have a shovel. You clear the entrance to a tunnel leading into a dim building that must have been swallowed by the glacier long ago. Return all the cards on the board and in the past. Put a 3/7/7 card into play. Each player places their figure onto it. I mean, this makes, provided that corner counts as a north day, then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it makes me think this is the right place, and I'm going to want to go in there. So let's use my shovel to give me -2 on the draw and a 7 star. So I need to draw 2 cards for 1 star. I got a 7, so that's fine. So I succeeded on that, so I need to return all the cards on the board and in the past and put a 3/7/7 card into play. So I think that is as good a time as any to stop, and then next week we will start just with the 3/7/7 card. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that. I gutted that I died. I know I could have hunted over here, but because I left this all out, I kind of thought that would be a bit dishonest. But I've got plenty of food now, so hopefully we're in the right place. And I'll join you next week where I investigate this hidden ice village thing. So join me then. I hope you have a good one. Look after yourself and stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye now.